Hey everyone, welcome to Board Game Informant. I'm your host Johnny, and I'm joined here by Garrick. Hey Garrick.
Hello.
Oh, and there we go. Now we can see tabletop. All right, so today we're going to play Root with the Clockwork Expansion. So you might be wondering, why are there two of us? Well, Garrick has agreed to help me out here because I was worried about having to control all these factions plus make decisions. So Garrick is going to control the Woodland Alliance against the three automated factions, the Mechanical Marquis 2.0, the Electric Eyrie, and the Vagabond. So we've already set up the board, and I think we're ready to go. I have not played with the Soul Expansion, full disclosure. I should have done that before this, but I didn't have time. So I'm sort of winging it. I did read the rules and everything. Garrick has played with them, so he's going to help me out if I start to do anything incorrectly with running the bots. So
Until I start losing, and then I stop helping.
Right. And actually, the one last thing I want to do is I do want to get the chat window up. I forgot I had to make some changes to the setup when we streamed Arkham, and I did not change it back. So.
I just got my notification that you went live.
Oh, nice.
My phone's just a little slow, apparently.
All right, I think we should be all set. I've got the chat window up now. All right, so we are going to start with the Mechanical Marquis. It's going to go first. And I think audio should be working. We've done this before, and looking at OBS, it looks like everything is coming through. But if you're in chat and you're watching, let us know if you can't hear us or anything, and we're gonna move on because I don't know if anybody's actually watching right now. And if I see somebody say that they can't hear us, we'll just recap what we've done. So the Mechanical Marquis is going to start in Birdsong by revealing an order card. So, and it's a fox. So it's going to then craft the order card if it's not a persistent effect. So this one is, so it's not going to craft anything. And it's going to move into daylight, and it's going to perform the normal actions because it's not a bird card, so it's not going to go to escalated daylight. So it'll battle in each ordered clearing. So right now, there's no clearings with enemy factions, so it won't actually battle. And it will recruit among the ordered clearings 4 warriors. So we'll get, whoa, that's weird. Did you see the piece came out of the bag upside down?
Did it?
Yeah. And there's only, there are 4 fox clearings, so it'll get 1 more in its keep. And then it will build in the clearing. You rule with the most Marquis warriors, and it's going to build the item depending on, or the building is going to depend on the faction. So you can see if it's a fox clearing, it'll be a sawmill. If it's a bunny clearing, it will be a workshop. And if it's a mouse clearing, it'll be a recruiter. So the clearing with the most Marquis warriors is actually the top left here with the keep in it. It's got 3, so it will be building a sawmill up there.
However, I don't see a building slot up there.
You are correct. So does it just not build in that case?
No, it will look for the next best place it can build.
Okay. And there's a multi-way tie for the next highest number of clearings, but they are both fox clearings. So
the clearing doesn't actually matter to where it builds. The order only determines the building type. So the tiebreaker in this case is going to be the highest priority, which is the lowest number.
Okay. So it will go down here in the... Oh, in the 6, sorry. Oh, I see. So you determine which clearing type based on the most warriors, and then the actual location is just going to be priority.
The building type is determined by the order, yeah, but then the location is determined by most warriors, and if it's a tie, it's the highest priority.
Got it. Okay. So there were three locations that had 2 warriors, and 6 was the lowest or the highest priority, lowest number. So it goes there.
Yep.
And then it will move all but 3 warriors from each ordered clearing to adjacent clearing with the most enemy pieces. So in this case, there are no clearings with 3 warriors. So does it just not move in that case as well?
Yeah. In this case, it does not move.
And then expand if you did not place a building. We did. So then we will discard, or we will score VPs for the rightmost place on the ordered building track. So we'll score 1 point. And then we will discard the order card. All right, we'll move on.
Real quick, I do not see a Marquis Warrior in the number 2 clearing at the top right.
Oop, that was probably just a setup error.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so Electric Eyrie will go next. So we will reveal an order card. Ooh, I need to change my rotation setting to 90 degrees, I think. There we go. Okay. Craft the order card for a point if it has an available item. And it does not. So we will add the order card to the matching decree column. So in this case, that is that one there. And then we will resolve the decree from left to right. So, oh, and one thing to notice is the move action was changed by the designer, and it hasn't been officially released, but he put the file online. And Tabletop Simulator had a really cool feature where I could create a decal and put the decal on the board, just as if it was a sticker on a real board. And the nice thing about that is when you alt over the item to show it on screen, it actually shows you the sticker as well, whereas if you just created an item and put it on top, it wouldn't do that. So just to show you where that is for anybody that wants to do this, it's over here on the left, or you can hit F9 to get into decals. And then you just create one. It'll ask you where the file is, and you just upload it, and then you just have a stamp here, and you can change the size of it and stick it right on the board. So, moving on. So, recruit warriors equal in number of cards to this column in a matching clearing with a roost. So this is all based on the column of the bunny column in this case, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we are going to recruit in a bunny clearing. And that's also the only clearing with the roost, so there's no tiebreakers or anything. Then we will move from the matching clearing. You rule with the most of your warriors to an adjacent clearing. Leave enough warriors to exactly rule the original clearing or equal to the cards in this column, whichever is higher. So we're going to leave 1 warrior behind. And we will be moving to the lowest priority with the fewest enemy pieces, and then lowest priority. So in this case, both 7 and 11 have the fewest enemy pieces, so we'll be moving to 7. And we're going to be moving everybody except for 1.
11, actually, because 11 is the lower priority.
Oh, sorry. I had that backwards.
Yeah, it takes a minute to flip it in your brain.
Okay, so we've moved all of them there. And the next thing we'll do is battle. We'll battle a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings there. So this is obviously going to be, it doesn't actually have any buildings, but it's going to be the cats because it's the only clearing we have with enemies. So we will roll the dice for the battle. We rolled a 1 and a 0, so we will score 1 hit against the cats. And they will not score any hits. So, no points for that, right?
Correct.
And then we'll build a roost in a clearing rule with the highest priority with no roosts. So we'll build
Not
a
yet.
roost. What was that?
Not yet. It builds after it resolves the decree from left to right. So it'll do the bird column next.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay, so now we'll do the birds. And so it's going to also be in the same place, right?
Yep.
All right, so it's going to have to go to the lowest price. So it's going to end up going to the same place, right?
Correct.
And it will not battle. And now it will build.
Oh, real quick, there should be 1 additional warrior back in the bunny clearing because there's 2 cards in the column, so it leaves 2 warriors.
Oh, so it doesn't move anybody in the second. The second move doesn't actually happen because there were 2 warriors there, and it has to leave both behind.
Well, it recruited 2 warriors there, didn't it?
Oh,
and it only had.
I didn't put the second one there.
Gotcha.
So I should have recruited 2 warriors, but I only recruited 1. Right, we should have 9 total warriors out on the board.
6.
Yep. So
yeah.
We're all good now. All right, and then in the evening, score VP is listed on the rightmost space. So we are going to score 1 victory point. All right, and then did we decide we're doing the Vagabond next as well, or are we going to do the Alliance and then the Vagabond?
We did not decide. I don't think it makes a huge difference.
Doesn't make it. All right, then let's just let's break it up a little bit. Let's do the player character next.
All right. So, Woodland Alliance's turn. Birdsong, I cannot revolt because I don't have sympathy. Unsurprising. So I'm going to spread sympathy. And let's see. I'm nowhere on the map, so I can start anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and go. Let's go for. I have a rabbit, so I will go here. I have a bird, so I will go here. Ooh. And I have a mouse, so I will go here. Sure, that seems fine. For my daylight, I can craft using sympathy. And I think I'm okay, so I will mobilize. And I will go ahead and add 2 cards to my supporters. I will not train, and then I have no military operations in evening, so I will simply draw.
Okay.
And then that's my turn.
Great. So actually, we do have a few people watching. We have 12 viewers now, so we've got audio's good. Decal, Caleb, and no problem. Happy to do this. Charles is asking, he said he hasn't played with any bots yet. Which are the easiest bots to control? I don't know the answer to that. It seems like the Marquis was pretty straightforward. The Eyrie had a few more steps since you have to go through each column. Especially, it seems like later on it's going to get even more actions to do, just like the real one is as the decree builds up. And I guess we're about to find out how the Vagabond is controlled.
Yeah, I find the Marquis is probably the easiest, shortly followed by the Vagabond. And then, yeah, the Erie's a little... once it gets going, it can be a little finicky.
Yeah. All right, let's do the Vagabond. So, oh, you know what? I didn't show this earlier, and I'm going to do it before I take this turn. I wanted to show, for anybody that hasn't used the bots, there are different difficulty levels. So we're playing on normal difficulty, which you don't use these cards for. If you want to either increase or decrease the difficulty, you can use these cards. So there's challenging, which usually makes them do an additional thing. So for the Vagabond, it's doing, refreshing one more item. On the Eyrie, it's the number of, so a lot of the actions are based on the number of cards in the column. So it increases that number by 1 if you're on Nightmare. It reduces it by 1 if you're on Easy. So you can just adjust the difficulty a little bit that way. There's an Easy, Challenging, or Nightmare, and then normal difficulty is just none of them. And then there's also these trait cards, which are interesting, and they just add an ability. So I'll just go through a couple of them. So like in this example, the Blitz action on the Marquis, after your move action, select the highest priority clearing you rule without an enemy, move all but one warrior from the clearing, and battle in the destination if opponents are present. It's got Iron Will, which just escalate, maybe triggered twice per turn, and that's triggered when a bird card is drawn as your order card. There's Fortified and Hospitals. So each of them has a set of 4 trait cards that you can choose from, and 3 difficulty settings other than normal. So I just wanted to show that real quick. All right, now we will take the Vagabond's turn. So first thing it's going to do is reveal an order card. It is a bunny card, and it's not an item, so it won't do any crafting. If you have 2 or fewer undamaged items, move to an adjacent forest, then go to evening. So I don't think that won't happen because he's already in a forest, right?
It won't happen because it doesn't have 2 or fewer undamaged items.
Oh, yes. Right, 2 or fewer undamaged. Yep, you're correct. Sorry about that. And then take the actions ordered in Daylight Actions. So if you look up on the top of the board in the middle, the Daylight Actions for the bunny suit is Battle, Repair, and Special. So we'll go to Battle, move to the nearest clearing with any pieces of the enemy with the most VP, then exhaust 1 item to battle that player. Score 1 point per enemy warrior removed. Repeat this action, exhausting 2 items per battle as many times as possible. Here's clearing with any pieces of the enemy with the most VP. So right now, the Eyrie and the Marquis both have the same number of VPs. So let's see, what's the tiebreaker there? It doesn't actually say what the tiebreaker is.
So that goes to the rule 2.2 in the law of robotics. It goes to faction target priority, like default tiebreaker. It targets based on setup priority. So it'll go for the Marquis before it goes for the Eyrie.
Okay, great. And then it does have a type, since there's actually 4 places that we could go battle in. So since it's in multiple clearings at equal distance, move to the clearing where they have the most buildings and tokens, then Fierce Warriors. So it will actually go up to 7 then, because to 10 rather, right?
Buildings and yes, I would think so.
Because there's a tie for most buildings, and then that one has the fewest warriors. So. And then we're going to exhaust an item. to battle the player. So.
And then don't forget it actually exhausts an additional one movement, like we were talking about before.
Ooh, your audio is cutting in and out.
Oh, is it? Is that any clearer?
Yes.
Don't forget it exhausts an additional item because it made that movement action.
Oh, right. Yes. So that was one of the things we talked about before, that every move action is going to exhaust an item, even if it doesn't say it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 2, and we're going to roll for combat here. And we got a 2 and a 0. So that's going to kill both the warrior and the building here.
No, because it only has a max of 1.
Ah, you're right. Man, I'm glad you're here. So it's just going to remove the warrior. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. And that does score a point for it.
Oh, I forgot to gain my victory points on my turn. I wasn't even thinking. I gained 2 victory points from sympathy.
Ooh, already in the lead.
Oh, wait, that actually screws up the battle, doesn't it? Because that puts me in the lead. It went after me.
Oh, yeah. And
In that case, the move is still correct. 10 is higher than 12.
right.
And it simply removes my sympathy.
Okay. And it does get a point for removing that token, right?
Yep, because it's a token.
Okay. So it still gets its point.
And that does trigger my outrage, so I do get a supporter.
Ah, okay. Cool. And then we cannot do that again. Oh, repeat this action again, exhausting 2 items per extra battle. So in this case, since we would have to move in order to battle again, would we not do it?
Correct, because the board doesn't make that states it's in the same clearing if it needs to keep battling.
Perfect. Okay. So then we will go to repair. If you have any damaged items, exhaust 1 item to repair, and we don't have any, so we'll skip that. And then the special is exhaust 1 item to take the action on your character card. Skip this action if it would have no effect. And I believe in this case, exhaust any item to steal a card from an opponent in your clearing. So we can't do that because there's no enemies with cards in our clearing, right?
So anytime you would take a card from or anytime a bot would gain a card, it gains a victory point instead, if I recall that correctly. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a little interesting for the steal because it doesn't seem to meet the requirement to even do the steal action, so I'm not sure if that rule applies or not. Well, it just says take a random card from the enemy in your clearing with the most victory points on the character reference.
So I was looking at poor manual dexterity. So technically, it says if a human would give it a card, it gains a victory point.
Okay, that makes sense. So then it doesn't actually... Okay, so then my initial thought there, it doesn't actually meet the requirement to steal a card because nobody has a card for it to steal.
Yeah. So, I thought it could steal from bots, but checking that is actually incorrect.
Okay, so then it won't exhaust any more items, and I think its actions are over.
Yep.
So the Vagabond is done, and we go back to the Mechanical Marquis.
Oh, don't forget it's evening phase.
Oh. If you have any damaged items, refresh 4 undamaged items. If you have none, refresh 6 instead. So both of these will become refreshed. And if you're in the forest, which we're not, discard the order card. Cool. All right. So in the cats will draw a card. It is a bunny card. And this time, it is a craftable item. So let's see if it can do it. So craft order card for +1 if it has an available item. And it has to have a workshop and a bunny clearing to do it?
Nope, it just crafts it.
Oh, okay. So it's a little different. Okay. So it will craft the boots, and it will gain a point.
Yeah, the bots will always just craft the item so long as the item is still available. And then they just gain 1 point, regardless of what the card says.
Right. All right, so we are going to battle in each ordered clearing. Do we have battles available for us? It doesn't look like it.
It can battle the Vagabond, can it not?
Oh, yep, you're right. I need to rotate that because I can't actually see it. There we go. Yes, so it will battle the Vagabond. So let's roll some dice. A 3 to a 1, which will really just be a 1-to-1, right?
Yep.
And it's still the same rule about warriors having to get removed first, right?
Correct.
Okay. And did we damage an item for the...
It needs to.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, there's the battle step. And recruit 4 warriors evenly among ordered clearings. If you rule 3 such clearings, place a 4th warrior in the clearing of highest priority. 1, 2, 3, and we control. Does sympathy? Oh, actually, we control all 3 of them.
Yeah.
So it will go in the 4.
You got it.
Move all but 3 of your warriors from each ordered clearing to an adjacent clearing with the most enemies. And again, we skip.
Wait, did you skip build?
Oh, did I skip build? I did. Sorry. Build a building in the clearing you rule with the most Marquis warriors. And looks like there's a tie for 4 and 1, right?
Yep.
What's the tiebreaker for that one?
Well, the tiebreaker in this case is just the fact that 1 no longer has any building slots.
Oh, true. Okay. So we're going to build a workshop down here. And then we're going to move all but 3 of our warriors. But as I was going to say, we do not have any clearings with more than 3 warriors. So again, we will skip our move step. And then we'll expand. We will not expand because we did place a building. And then we will score, again, 1 point. Oh, throw almost empty on the ordered track, which, yes, is still 1 point.
Yeah, I just gave it to it.
And then we'll discard the order card. So that's pretty easy. Yeah, the Marquis is pretty straightforward. I think the hardest part is trying to determine which clearings things happen in, because at least on TTS, it's a little bit difficult to see all the warriors, with the cats in particular.
Yeah.
So I really wish that when you held Alt over the board, that it would show you the pieces that are on the board.
I agree.
That would make things a little bit easier.
It would.
All right, so we're going to go to the Electric Eyrie, and it's going to reveal an order card. It's got this weird glitch in Tabletop Simulator. When you first try to rotate an item, it rotates it 2 times.
Huh.
And then makes you rotate it back. So I have it set to 90 degrees, but the first time I hit it, it actually rotates at 180. It's very strange. I'm actually going to put it on 45.
I was about to say, can you do that? So
Yeah, that should fix that. So, all right, so it's mouse. It's going to go here. It is an item, so
yeah.
So it's going to get a point for that.
And I just gave it the item.
Thank you. We added it to the decree column, and now we will resolve the decree. So starting with the mouse column, we're going to recruit 1 warrior in a matching clearing with the roost. Do we have... Yes, that is a mouse clearing with the roost. So we'll get 1 warrior there. We will move from that clearing, and we will leave 1 behind because we will still control it with just the 1. And we're moving. All right, so no roost, then fewest enemy pieces, then lowest priority. So it's
I
be
believe
7.
it moves to.
Oh, sorry.
It's gonna be 12 because it can't go
Right,
across
right.
the river.
I think
And then 12 is lower priority than 6.
Oh God, there's too many of them.
And then that triggers my outrage.
Oh, right. And what does that do again?
It just gives me a supporter.
Oh, it gives you a card, that's right.
Yeah.
And then we are going to battle in a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings there. So in this case, we don't have any warriors in a mouse clearing that can battle.
So it doesn't battle.
So we'll skip the battle, and then we'll build a roost. In a clearing, you rule of the highest priority with no roost. Oh, is that also in a matching? It doesn't actually say matching clearing in this case. Oh, I do that at the end. That's why. So I got to keep resolving the decree. Yep. All right. So now we do the same thing in rabbit clearings, and that'll recruit 1 down here in the bottom right. And again, no roost, fewest enemy, lowest priority. So that's going to actually be up here, 11, right? Oh, no, it has a roost. So it'll actually be 7.
Is it 7? Fewest enemy pieces. Yeah, it's 7.
Yeah.
Which...
And then battle in a match and clear against the player with the most buildings. So it will... Actually, it ties. So most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player. So it's actually going to battle you.
Yes.
And you get the higher die in this case. Still, you have...
But regardless, I'm undefended, so it gets a free hit and moves me no matter what.
Right. Oh, right, because you can't actually even hit back because you don't have any pieces, so... And it will get a point for that.
And I would gain an additional supporter, but I am maxed out, so I actually discard in excess of 5. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you know what I did? Oh, that's interesting. Never mind. I was going to say I thought I did something wrong on the Vagabond, but I did not. So we're going to move on to the last column, the bird column. Recruit equal to the number of cards in this column in a match and clearing with the roost. So.
Wait, did it just battle in a mouse clearing?
Oh, did I pick the wrong clearing? Yep.
Yeah, because we were resolving the bunny decree, and then battled in a mouse.
You're right. So it actually doesn't battle because it doesn't have any battles in bunny clearings.
Yeah.
So it loses that point, and you get your token back in there.
And I put back the support. That's okay. I'm trying to see where it's going to battle. You can just keep it or not.
And in this case, I'm going to be recruiting 2 warriors, and it can be in any clearing, but a tiebreaker. It's got 2 options, and the tiebreaker is recruit in the clearing with the most enemy pieces, then fewest Eyrie warriors, then lowest priority. So we actually have the same number of warriors, so we're going to end up recruiting in 11 because of the priority. So we will recruit 2 warriors there in mouse clearing. So, question for you, Garrick.
Yeah.
Now that the tiebreaker on the recruit was resolved in a way where I had to recruit on a mouse clearing, do the rest of my actions have to be in mouse clearings? Or it's
Nope.
still... It's still wild for all of them.
Still wild.
Okay. So most of my warriors, it's going to be this fox clearing, and it's going to move to an adjacent clearing. No roost, fewest enemy pieces, then lowest priority. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 options. So fewest enemy pieces is going to be, well, it's got another
9 and
tie.
7.
Yep. And then lowest priority, right? So it's going to go
Yep.
to 9, and it's going to leave behind 2 warriors because it will still control the clearing. And we'll just put these guys there. So now it will battle in a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings there. Clearing with no roost, then most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player. So it could actually battle in either the fox clearing or the mouse clearing, correct?
Or the other mouse clearing over here.
True.
And I'm pretty sure it actually does battle here because that has a defenseless token, and it is the highest priority, which is the absolute tiebreaker if nothing else works for clearing ties.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Because you first look for a clearing with no roost, which there's multiples, then the most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player. So that's the only one with defenseless buildings.
I also have a defenseless token in 12, so it comes down to 7 and 12.
Oh. In that case, wouldn't it be 12? Oh, highest priority. So 7,
yeah, because it doesn't actually clarify. So
I keep doing the reversing the numbers in my head.
Yeah,
so
it's really easy.
So in that case, we just remove your piece. You can't fight back.
Yep.
And
we basically just redo what we were doing before.
Yeah. Oh, Eric is sending me a message. I wonder if it's about the stream. Oh, nope. Okay. All right, so that's all of the that's the decree. So now we're going to build. In a clearing, you rule of the highest priority with no roost. And if you cannot build a roost, you fall into turmoil. So that's a little bit different because you don't fall into turmoil if you can't do any of the other actions in this with the bot. So rulings I control with the highest priority would be 7.
Yeah, I concur.
And then we'll move into evening, and we will get 2 points. I don't know why I'm saying we, as if I'm actually making decisions and part of this team. All right. And that's the end of its turn, so we will go on to the Woodland Alliance.
Oh, right. I forgot we were doing it that way.
I know, I made it a little more confusing, as if I needed to do that.
All right.
It's a good chance to take a look at the chat while you're starting your turn.
All right, good, because I need to think for a minute. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Dustin. Yeah, this will be up on the YouTube channel after the stream. It usually takes the video will be up there immediately, but usually it's not the whole video, and it takes a couple hours before the whole thing is available to watch after the fact.
All right, I am going to in the Fox Clearing, the only place where I have sympathy. So I'm going to remove all of the enemy warriors there, or enemy pieces there, rather.
Whoa.
And I will place a warrior there and a warrior in my officer's box. Then I will move on to the spread sympathy step. I will, let's see. Man, there's lots of warriors around me. Makes it hard to spread sympathy. um,
You are surrounded.
it's a great place to start an insurgency. I think I will go ahead and see. A matching supporter. Leg. All right, I'll go ahead and spend a bunny and a bird to spread sympathy in this corner clearing, which will get me 1 point. And then I will spread sympathy again in the adjacent fox clearing, earning me another point. I will move on to daylight, where I will not craft. I will mobilize 1 card. And in evening, I'm going to go ahead and recruit, and then I will draw 2 cards and end my turn.
Okay, great. Yeah, because now you have 1 officer, so you actually get to do things in the evening.
You get to actually do things.
Okay, cool. Let's take care of the Vagabond's turn then. So we will draw a card. Oh, did you see the card? It actually turned 45.
Yeah, I see that.
So apparently the glitch only occurs in certain degrees of rotation. That's kind of funny. All right, so it will reveal an order card and craft. It will be able to craft this crossbow, so we'll get a point for that. Did I grab the right one? Yep.
And I'm giving it its point.
And does that just go straight into its satchel then?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes.
And you gave it its point. And now it will slip if you have 2 or fewer undamaged items, which it does not. And we'll go to daylight. So we revealed a bunny card. So we will be questing, aiding, battling, and repairing. So let's start with questing. Move to the nearest clearing matching the quest, then exhaust any 2 items. Oh, it's any 2 items, so it's actually not, you don't actually base it on the quest, it's the actual quest.
Nope, the items basically never matter.
Okay, and same thing with the scoring, it doesn't matter how many of the same type or anything like that.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to move to the nearest bunny clearing.
Bunny clearing?
And,
I think you mean bots.
Mouse.
It's
matching the quest. Yes.
Yeah.
Man. All right. So in this case, it has to move down to 12 because it can't go to the keep spot, right?
It could go to the keep spot.
Oh, I thought there was a special rule about that.
The keep, you cannot place pieces into it, but you can move into it.
Oh, but you can move pieces into it. Okay.
Yep.
So then would it go there because it's a higher priority?
It would, yeah.
Okay. Seems dangerous, but we'll trust that the thief knows what he's doing. All right, and then he's got to actually exhaust something for the movement there.
Yep.
And then 2 more items to complete the quest, and he'll get a point. And then say anything else, then replace the quest. Okay, that's easy enough. It's another fox one. And we will move on to aiding. Target the player in your clearing with any items and the least amount of victory points. There's only 1 faction in our area, which are the cats, and they do have an item, so we will aid them. Exhaust as many items as possible up to the number of items they have, and take that many items from them and score that many victory points. Then they may draw that many cards. So in this case, it's just going to be 1. So we'll exhaust 1 item. We will get 1 point. And then they will get a point because they can't actually draw a card. Oh, actually, is that correct?
I don't see. I thought it was up until I looked. Only
right, because they're not drawing. They're not taking cards from. Although it does say under crafted items, Vagabond can give you cards to take these items. I feel like it wouldn't say that unless it could score the points instead. I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Kind of
odd.
a weird. Yeah, it's kind of. I would think that it would. It also gets that item.
I'm reading the rules now.
Yeah, I will also take a look and try to find it. Actually, you know what?
Yep, it mentions it in the Vagabond aid section. Because of their poor manual dexterity, aided bots simply score your point.
Okay, so we'll get a point. Perfect. And let's see. Can we do... So now we actually have an item, an unexhausted item again. So we may be able to battle. Actually, I don't... actually, we will be able to battle because we don't need to move to do it. So... Oh, so that's an interesting question. So it says move to the nearest clearing with any pieces of the enemy with the most victory points. So in that case, it's actually the Eyrie, but that would exhaust the only item I have. So would I just move there and not battle?
Correct. It mentions that in the rule book.
Okay, so the cats actually get lucky with that one. So we'll exhaust that boot to move, and it will not battle. And repair is the next one. If you have any damaged items, exhaust one to repair one damaged item, which we can't do because we don't have any unexhausted items. So we'll skip that. And we will move on to the evening. So if you have any damaged items, refresh 4 undamaged items, which is the case. So we will repair, or we will unexhaust 4 instead of 6 items. If you're in the forest, repair all items. If not, repair 1 item. So we'll repair that. Discard the order card. All right, turn 2 down. All right, so let's draw a card for the cats. It's pretty funny.
Oh, poor cats.
Did you say poor cats?
Yeah, no crossbow for them.
Oh, right, yeah. But it does get to do the escalated daylight.
Yeah, so I really shouldn't cry too much.
Yeah. So that's not too bad. So escalated daylight, and instead of each ordered clearing, it's each clearing. And it's going to be most pieces and then most points. So let's go through. Wow, so every clearing. That's so let's just go. Should we go in priority order then?
Sure, that's fine.
So it's not going to battle in 1. It's not going to battle in 2. It will not battle in 3. It will battle in 4, though.
Yes, it will.
It will battle the Alliance, which is just going to take a point.
And it gives me a supporter.
Right. All right, so then 5, it will not battle. 6 also will not. So it doesn't really get to do that much battling. So 7, it will battle. It will battle the Eyrie. A 3-3. So it's going to kill the cat, and it's going to lose just 1 piece because the cat could only score 1 hit.
Yep. And I removed the 1-bird warrior.
Yep. And does not score any points for that battle. Then we'll go to 8.
Yep.
8, it will battle, so it'll get another point for that, and you'll get another supporter if you can.
Yep.
Oh yeah, now that you have your
base, I can have all the supporters.
Right. So that's awesome. This is actually working out not too bad for you. 9. Where's 9?
Up here.
Here we go. It will battle in 9, so it will battle the Eyrie again.
It's going to work out great for it.
And we're 3-1. 3-1. So it will kill 2 birds. Oh, is it actually? It's based on number of warriors, not number of pieces. Okay,
number of warriors.
So it'll be 1, and the birds will also will actually kill both the workshop and the cat.
No,
sorry,
because
no, I did it backwards.
Yep.
All right, so that board should be right, and it will again not score any points. 10. no battle. 11, no battle. And 12, no battle. All right, that's battling. Recruit 2 warriors each in the 2 clearings you rule of lowest priority. If you rule only 1 clearing, place all 4 there. All right, let's figure this one out. What are the...
First one is 10.
Okay.
And the next one is 8.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, build. Build a building of the type with the most pieces on the map. Okay. In a clearing you rule with the most warriors. So the most on the map is a tie for sawmills and workshops. So on the tie between sawmills and any other type, place a sawmill. Okay. So we're going to do a sawmill in the clearing you rule with the most warriors. And that's going to be 8. So we'll get a sawmill at 8. All right. Move all but 3 warriors from each clearing to the adjacent clearing with the most enemy pieces. So 1 again won't happen. I think the only one we're going to be moving from is going to be 8.
Yeah, looks like it.
To the most enemy pieces. So that's going to be to 7. And then battle in each clearing you move to. So we'll do another battle here. And
wow.
It's a 0 to a 1. Okay. So birds are going to lose 1, and the cats will rule there. I think that's it for escalated daylight. And we go to evening, so we're going to score 2 points. And then discard the order card. Did you give the points? Or...
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't doubling it.
Yep.
Oh, man, the cats are pulling ahead.
They are.
All right. Let's move on to the Eyrie. No crafting. Let's place it in the decree. All right. So we are going to start in mouse clearings. We're going to recruit 1 in a clearing with a roost with the most enemy pieces. So let's see. Where's the mouse clearing with the roost? There we go. So we'll get 1 there. Yeah, I definitely think the hardest part with these bots is figuring out which clearings things happen in, because there's so many of them.
Yeah, and that's what
so
makes
many
the area a little
tiebreakers.
complex. Is they have so many tiebreakers for their clearings.
Yeah. Okay, so then it's going to move from the matching clearing you rule with the most warriors. So that's going to be from 11, right?
Yes.
Oh, no, actually 9.
Oh, yeah. 9's a mouse.
So we're going to move from 9. No roost, fewest enemy pieces. So let's see. That's going to be 10, I believe.
It
10
cannot
or
move to
4.
10.
Oh, it can't move. So 4, sorry. 4.
It's actually 4 and 12 because both of them are 4 pieces.
Oh, and so is actually 1.
1 is 5 because don't forget the keep is a token.
Oh, okay.
Even though it's giant.
So then lowest priority would be the tiebreaker.
Oh no.
So 12. And it's going to just leave 1 guy behind. That's not good for you.
That is not good for me. It does give me a supporter though.
All right, and then we battle. At least you get the higher die though.
Yeah, that's my only. Actually, you know what? No, that's fine. Fine.
Oh, that worked out excellent for
Yeah.
you. So 3 to 0, and you have 2, so you can only score 2 hits, right?
Correct.
But you don't lose anybody, so that's great for you. All right, and that takes care of the mouse. So now we're going to go bunny clearings and matching clearing with a roost. So
Wait, hold on. We just battled in a fox clearing.
Oh God, because I keep battling in the clearing that I moved to.
I know.
All right, so we can undo this. I can go back in time.
Oh.
There we go. All right. I went back in time.
Everything's fixed? Everything's good?
Everything should be good. Hopefully I didn't like glitch anything out by doing that. It's a little scary doing the rewind button.
Yeah.
I guess we could have just manually fixed it. Okay, so yeah, I keep doing that. So I always move and then battle wherever I move to, because that seems natural to me.
I know.
We're battling in a matching clearing with the player with the most buildings. So it has to be a mouse clearing, and we have two options because we have a roost in 7. 9, I think, is the only one.
9 is the only eligible one, yeah, because well, it's the most eligible one, I should say.
So we are going to battle in 9. Should I re-roll?
Yeah, you should
keep the 3 and the 0. All right, so we got a 3 and a 1. So, actually, it's defenseless.
It's defenseless, so it doesn't matter.
It didn't matter. So the workshop goes away,
and the bird's got 1 point, which I gave it.
Yep. Okay, now we can move on to the bunnies. So the bunnies we're gonna recruit in a bunny clearing with a roost with the most enemy pieces. So we've got. Do we only have the one bunny clearing with a roost?
Yes, as far as I'm seeing.
Okay, so we're gonna recruit there. That's easy. 1, 2, and no roost and then fused enemy pieces. So we have one option. We're gonna move to 6, and we're gonna leave. Oh, we have to leave 2 behind, right?
Yeah, so you're only leaving 1 this time.
I'm gonna move the 1, and then we're gonna battle in a bunny clearing with the most enemy pieces. Is it the most enemy pieces or buildings? Let's see.
I think it's most buildings.
Most buildings, yeah. So we actually don't have any options, so no battling there. So we're going to move on to the bird column. So again, it's going to be 2, and with a roost, and then ties are clearing with the most enemy pieces, and then fused Eyrie warriors. So
I think
7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
9 doesn't have a roost.
Right, because 9 doesn't have a roost. There we go. Because that was the other one I was looking at. It's like you read my mind.
I was thinking the same thing. That's why.
All right. And then we're going to move from a matching clearing. You rule with the most of your warriors to an adjacent clearing. So where's the most? We actually have a 3-way tie.
3-way tie.
So what's the tiebreaker? Well, there's a destination tie.
If there's no tiebreaker.
Sorry, what? You cut out there again.
Oh, sorry. It's the highest priority since no tiebreaker.
Okay, so it would be from 7?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it will move to no roost and fused enemy pieces. So it's got a couple options. It can move to 12 or 8. Has the same number of pieces. So what's the next one? Lowest priority. So it will go to 12, right? And it has to leave 1 behind, or 2 behind.
We're just having a grand old time.
I think we're going to actually have a battle this time. All right, a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings. So what is the clearing with the most buildings in it? It looks like there's a multi-way tie. So 12. Is it a clearing you rule? Let's see.
It's battle in such a clearing with no roost, then most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player.
So most defenseless buildings. There are no defenseless buildings.
So I think this is a case where we just go to the highest priority. because none of the listed tiebreakers are determining it for us.
Right, for the clearing.
Yeah.
Right, because there's what is it? It says most defenseless and then most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player. Oh, so they'd have to have no warriors, and then we would add their tokens and defenseless buildings. Got it. Okay, so we just go to priority, which would be 6 in this case.
I think 6. Yeah, I think 6.
All right, so we're gonna battle there, and there's only one defender, so no tiebreakers there. Oh, it's a 0-0. That was exciting. We didn't have to determine where to battle at all. All right, so now we will build. Clearing you rule of highest priority with no risks. So we rule.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what do we rule?
I think it's 9.
Yeah, I think that's right. Now, when determining rule, it's just buildings and warriors, or it's all pieces, all tokens?
Buildings plus warriors.
Okay, just buildings and warriors. Okay. So we would have also been able to do it in 12
if 12 had a slot.
Right. Oh, and if it had a spot, and also if it was a higher priority. So technically 9 was the only place where we wouldn't go into turmoil.
Correct.
So birds are getting close to possibly going into turmoil, which is not bad because they're going to get a few points here. So they're going to score 3 points.
Yeah, they do that.
We'll go to 9. And that's their turn. And Woodland Alliance, you're up.
Right.
Man, there are a lot of steps for the Electric Eyrie.
I know.
It's cool though, because I do feel like it seems fairly balanced in terms of feeling like you're playing against another player.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't. It would be very difficult, I think, as the player playing against the bots to anticipate all of the moves. So it's not so much this optimization puzzle where you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. I find the birds actually play pretty to real life bird players, which is pretty nifty, even if it's a little finicky to run.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's worth it to have something that feels like, I think that would be one of my highest priorities for an AI, is that it feels like I'm playing against a person. I guess it depends what experience I'm looking for, but there's a lot of games out there that are just optimization puzzles, and I think it's cool to have a solo option out there that feels a little bit like you're playing against people without the social aspect, of course.
It's nice that it's not too much of a bear to run, though, because I don't know about you, but I cannot play any of the coin games with the flowcharts for the bots. That is a bit much for me.
I have not played any other coin games before this. I didn't even know what coin games were when Root came out.
I'll be honest, I didn't either. Okay. I should do things. Been thinking, I swear. I'm going to panic because there's warriors everywhere. So I will spend a bird card or a mouse card and a bird card to place sympathy in here, and that gets me 1 point. Would you mind doing that to me real quick?
I would love to.
And then next I will go.
That's funny. I didn't mention at the beginning of the video. It's pretty obvious at this point that we are assuming that you know how Root plays without the bots, because we did not explain anything when we jumped into this. So if you've gotten this far without realizing it, we're not teaching you the game today. So if you don't know how to play Root, go watch any of the videos on how to play Root. We actually taught one, but it didn't have all the base factions, but it did teach the basic mechanics, and there's a few videos out there. So yeah, if you don't know how to play Root and you're still watching, go learn how to play Root and then come back.
All right, to continue my turn, I'm placing sympathy in a bunny clearing. And let's go with this one. That's another point for me. I got it. Oh, you got it?
Okay. I got it.
So I will move on to daylight. I'm going to I'm not going to craft, but I will mobilize 2 cards, and I will train 1 card. And then in evening, I'm going to...
So the card that you use to train, you discard out of your hand to do that?
Yes, these are all going to be discarded in a moment. And then for my military operations, I will move. No, I can't do that. So I don't rule anything.
Ah, right.
I've been playing too many Corvids lately.
You can recruit. Them.
I can. So I will recruit once, and I will recruit probably again, because battling does not seem like the best choice for me. So we'll just...
I mean, it wouldn't be terrible for you, considering that you get the higher die.
It's true. I probably should battle, but we'll leave it at this. Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is that I guess it's a little more action efficient for you to not battle and make them use their...
That's sort of what I was thinking. I don't know that it's the best choice, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I also don't know. All right, so we will...
I'm done with my turn, yeah.
Move on to the Vagabond. So let's draw a card.
I'm trying not to take too hideously long.
It did the thing where it turned an extra thing, but I clicked the button twice thinking it wouldn't. So I still overshot it. All right. So it's not going to do any crafting. Slip. Let's see. If you have 2 or fewer on damage. We don't. So we're not going to slip. And we're just going to move straight on to daylight. I was going to make a Peter Pan joke, but probably wouldn't have been funny. So it is a mouse. So we're going to do the same thing as last time. Quest, aid, battle, and repair. So we will complete this. So first we'll move to a fox clearing. Are we already in one? No. So we have 2 options. How do we determine where to move?
Looks like we go by the highest priority.
Yep. So we will go back to the keep spot again. We will exhaust 2 items. We'll complete this quest and we will score a point.
And then don't forget to flip an additional item
for the move. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what's next? Aid. We will aid. We will not aid because I don't think you have any items anymore, or the cat doesn't have any items.
Correct.
And battle. We will get to battle this time, right?
Yes.
So let's see. Move to the nearest clearing with any pieces. Oh, actually.
Oh wait, hold on.
Because you said we have to move.
So actually, the Vagabond has 6 items. So the 6th item should actually be on the battle track up here.
Oh, whoops. Oh, okay, so it just increases the hits in battle.
Yes, but it cannot exhaust that for actions.
Right.
So it's going to move.
We're going to move to the clearing with the most VPs. So let's see. Eyrie if we can. Yep. So it's going to move there. And it's going to have to exhaust the torch to do it. In which case it does not have the required item to exhaust to battle the player. So that's unfortunate. I'm sort of rooting for the Vagabond here. It seems to be getting the short end of the stick on its turn. So
rooting for the Vagabond, you're going to upset the Root Discord.
Oh, does the Root Discord not like the Vagabond?
Most of them do not, no.
Oh, I don't know. I like the Vagabond. My fiance loves playing as the Vagabond. And
that's the problem. Everyone loves playing as the Vagabond. No one loves playing against the Vagabond.
Fair enough. So we will repair. or not repair because we don't have any damaged items. And then we will refresh. Yeah, so. And then I think we're done.
Looks like it.
All right, back to the Mechanical Marquis. What are our orders today? All right. We are being ordered to target mice today. That makes sense. So can we craft anything? Nope. Battle Unleashed ordered clearing. So where are these ordered clearings?
I see one battle here.
Yep, I think that is correct.
I think that's it.
Well. So, there's only one enemy there, so that's easy. So, what do we get? A 2 to 2. We can only get rid of one, so we're each going to get rid of one.
And I got the area warrior.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to recruit. 4 warriors evenly among the ordered clearings you rule. So, we rule. Do we rule any of them?
Just the one, it looks like.
Wow. So, 4 warriors there then.
That has suddenly become a dangerous corner.
And build in a clearing you rule with the most Marquis warriors. So we will build a recruiter in that clearing.
Yep.
Then we'll move all but 3 from each ordered clearing. So again, I think that's
just the one.
I just did a weird thing. I clicked a button and it moved a bunch of stuff. So we're going to move 2 from there. Ooh, sorry, where do we move to?
Adjacent clearing with the most enemy pieces.
Okay. So that's going to be
a tie between 6 and 10.
Yep.
So it'll go for the higher priority.
Yep. So it'll go to 6. And this has the normal like battle. Oh no, that's only an escalator, right? Battling when you move there.
It's not move and battle here.
Okay. We did place a building, so we skip expand, and then we're going to score just 1 point. And discard. All right. All right, so we're going to not do any crafting. It's another rabbit card. We haven't drawn any foxes with these guys.
Yeah, it's so odd.
All right, recruit 1 in a mouse clearing with a roost. So we have 2, right? 3 with a roost. So
you're right, 3.
What's the tiebreaker there? Most enemy pieces, then fewest warriors. So it's going to be in 11. It looks like.
The Vagabond's
9,
technically an
actually,
enemy piece.
because the Vagabond is an enemy piece, so we'll be in 9.
And there are fewer warriors there.
Yep. So let's recruit. Move from a matching clearing you rule with the most of your warriors to an adjacent, and it will be no roost, fewest enemy pieces. So I think we're going to move from 11.
Looks like it.
And we could move to 10 or sorry, to 6 is the only option, right? Wait, no, that's not true.
Fewest enemy pieces, the lowest priority.
So it's no roost, fewest enemy, yeah. So
I have 6 pieces in 12, and the Marquis has 5 in 6. So it'll move to clearing 6.
okay. And then it will battle in a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings there. So let's see. There are no buildings in any mouse clearings where we rule. So what's the next? So no roost, most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player.
So I believe it might be battling me.
Yeah, I think that's correct. So it's just going to, you're going to get rid of that token, and birds are going to score a point. Do you get some sort of compensation for that?
Yeah, I'm going to get a supporter. I was just double checking and making sure that's right. Fighting. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, I will get a supporter.
I can't believe we're still in the first column of the decree. All right. We're going to move to the bunnies. So recruit 3 in a matching clearing with the roost. So that's still just the 1.
Yeah.
And then move most warriors, no roost, few enemy pieces. So
the only option is 6.
It's 6, yeah. I mean, it's got to leave 3 behind. Oh. Battle in a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings there. So in this case, we don't battle.
Correct.
And then we move on to the bird. So we're going to move 2, or we're going to recruit 2 in a matching clearing with a roost with the most enemy pieces.
So that'll be number 9.
That'll be 9 again, yep. And then no roost, fewest enemy pieces. So we're actually going to be moving, I think, from that same clearing we just recruited, right?
It's from the matching clearing you rule the most of your warriors.
Oh, actually,
so
it'll be 6.
5 up and 6 here, yeah.
And we have to leave 2 behind. That's really good for the cats.
It'll leave more because it wants to try to rule clearing, remember?
Oh, that's right. The least. Oh, right. It's either or, the column or to rule. And it needs to leave 5.
So it actually can't.
So it will not.
So in that case, it will try to move from 9 because it's going to look for the next best one it can move from.
Oh, so do you determine the? So if it can't move, so you don't determine which clearing, and then if you can't move, you just don't move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically you try to keep giving it action.
Okay,
yeah.
You have to be able to move. Okay. So it will be this one, clearing number 9. And fewest enemy pieces would be down here. So it'll move from 9 to 4. And it will leave behind 2. All right. Battle in a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings there. So there's 1. Is there any place with more than 1 building where we could battle?
Not that I'm seeing.
So then we will. It'll be no roost, then most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player, which I think is still going to be a tie.
So I think it goes for the higher.
So then it'll go priority. Yep. All right. So we'll battle in 4. 0-0. Wow. That's actually pretty bad for the birds because they might go into turmoil now. Will they? So build. Place a roost in a clearing you rule of highest priority with no roosts.
So yeah, that's going to be turmoil.
It does not. Yeah, it does not have anywhere it can build because it can't build where it already has one. Yeah. Okay. Not great. So what happens in turmoil? If you cannot place a roost, you lose 1 victory point per bird card. So it's just the 2. So that's not too bad. then we will purge the decree. That makes controlling them a little easier. And then we will rest, and we will go to evening. So we will score. So we don't lose any roosts. So that's not terrible. They netted a point.
Yeah, that's pretty typical of the birds.
Yeah. So that wasn't too bad, actually. And that's
all right. So that makes it
back to the Woodland Alliance.
all right. We are going to revolt because we are revolting.
Uh-oh.
So,
Actually gonna.
I have 2 bird cards. So we're going to revolt in this rabbit clearing right here.
All enemy
That's fine.
tokens, right?
All enemy pieces.
Or right, sorry.
Yeah.
I keep
And I
using
get
those
1
terms
point.
wrong.
So yeah, I get 1 point for removing that building, and then I put my own building.
Did you give the point yet?
I did not get the point yet.
Okay, I just did it.
Thank you. All right, and then I will spread sympathy, if I'm able to. Yeah, I got a couple places I can go. One place. Yeah, okay, so I will discard this card to put it back in here. And that will be 1 more point for me.
All right, I got it.
You got it, okay. In daylight, I will not craft. Will I? No, I won't craft. I will mobilize both cards in my hand into my supporters. I will not train because I'm out of cards.
Mm-hmm.
So in evening, I have 3 actions. I'm going to, let's see. I will two, three, four. All right, now that I ruled this clearing, I have more freedom of movement. So I will move into this corner clearing. And I think I still rule,
You're
so I can
already
move.
getting bullied in there by that cat.
I will move 1 more time. And then for my 3rd action, I will organize this corner warrior to turn it into sympathy and
That
gain
seems
1.
like a good. So you get another point.
Yep. And then that is my 3 actions. So I will end my turn by drawing 3.
Excellent. All right, so the Vagabond will go next. And draw. Oh, it didn't draw a quest card last time. It should have. There we go. All right, so no crafting. It will not slip either, so we'll go into daylight. And let's see, fox card. So we will explore, battle, and special. So explore. Move to the nearest ruin, exhausting 1 item per move, then exhaust 1 item to take an item from that ruin. Okay, so.
About time I did that.
I know. I was wondering if that was ever going to happen. So let's see. The
nearest one is in clearing 12.
Yep. Okay, so we'll move there. That will exhaust an item, and then we will exhaust another item to take the item under the room. And that should make the birds happy. Gives them another place to roost.
Yeah, they'll love that.
And that one will go in the satchel, because we won't put another one up top until the 9th item, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then we will battle. So nearest clearing with any pieces of the enemy with the most victory points. So that's still the birds.
And it has birds in its clearing, so it doesn't need to move.
Okay, so that was going to be my next question. So it does not have to move if it's already in the clearing that matches that.
Correct.
Okay, so it'll exhaust an item.
So I'm actually going to love this.
Yeah. All right, let's see what happens here. 0 to 3. Wow.
And don't forget it has a max hits of 2 right now.
2, right. So it'll hit it twice. Hit the birds twice.
And it gains 2 victory points for that, so I'm giving it now.
Thank you. And then it will repeat this exact action, exhausting 2 items per battle as many times as possible. And that still has the most victory points, so we're going to just do the same thing again. 2 more items. We'll roll again. And 3 to 2 this time.
So 2 to 2.
And, yep, it's going to get 2 items damaged. And are you doing the victory points?
I've gotten the warriors.
All right, I'll do the victory points. So it's going to get 2 more points. And this is a very close game.
Yeah, the bots are good at that.
Yeah. So it cannot battle again, so we'll move on to the special action. Exhaust 1 item to take the action on your character card. So.
Oh no.
That's stealing. Oh yeah, to steal a card from an opponent in your clearing. Target is highest score than most pieces. But there's only 1 enemy in the clearing, so we're going to steal a card from you and just gain a point. So
All
does
right,
that card goes to the discard then?
Yeah, go ahead and randomly pick one from my hand.
Oh, how do I do a random draw?
I shoved my hand up a bit, so if you can grab one or just point at one, I'll pull it out, whatever you need to do.
Is it these on the...
Yeah.
We'll just take the one here on your right.
This one?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
All right,
like
looks
that
like I'm
part.
rooting for the right team. I mean, Vagabond's doing all right here. We will move on to the evening. We do have damaged items, so we'll refresh 4 items. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're in the forest, we're not. If not, repair 1 item. Oops. And then discard the other card, which looks like you have done for me.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I don't know where it went.
Oh, maybe I already put it in there? I don't see it. Oh, this isn't it, is it?
No, that's not it.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like it ended up in the discard somehow.
Okay, cool. I probably did it and didn't realize it. That's it. So now we're Mechanical Marquis.
Back to the cats. Your work is never done.
Yeah, I am very thankful that you were on. This would be brutal, having to think about what to do and actually make decisions for the Alliance, plus doing these, plus all the mistakes that you've prevented. All right, so no crafting, but we are going to go into escalated daylight, so that's nice.
Oh, goody.
Every time I'm like playing, like controlling one, I feel like I am them, because I keep saying, "Oh, that's great" and stuff. And it's like, well, it's really just a bot. But
anything it takes to beat me, right?
Yeah. So, well, I think the thing I'm most grateful about you joining is that you had said you were going to sharpen your pitchfork so you can make fun of all the rules mistakes I was making. And I've taken you out of that role now.
Ah, darn it. I fell into your trap.
So battle in each clearing. And that's going to be with just the most pieces and then most points as the tiebreaker. So again, we'll just go through each priority. So 1, no battle. 2, no battle.
2.
3, where's 3? Oh, 3, no battle. 4, there will be a battle. So it's going to be against the birds. And it is a 2 to 2. And they both can do both their hits, so. So let's see, that was 4, 5.
I'll hear nothing.
6, there will be a battle.
Oh my.
Pieces there. 1 to 1.
How anticlimactic.
I know, right? Hey, at least it wasn't 0 to 0.
That's true. I got both.
No battle in 7. No battle in 8. No battle in 9. None in 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we're done with battling. Recruit 2 warriors in each each in 2 clearings you rule at the lowest priority. So let's see, 8 could be one. I think it will be 8
Looks like it's
and
8
6.
and 6. No, it doesn't
It
rule
doesn't
6.
control 6 actually. So
Yeah.
8 and 5.
Yeah.
Build a building of the type with the most pieces on the map in the clearing you will rule with the most warriors. So I think that's going to be 8. And
Looks like
it's
it.
Fox clearing, so it will be a sawmill. That is not good for everybody else. It's going to be a lot of points. And move all but 3 warriors from each clearing to the adjacent clearing with the most pieces. So we will be able to move from 5. Sorry, what is it? 2, the clearing with the most pieces. Okay. So we'll be moving 1 over here.
Nope, that's across the river.
Oh, yeah, I keep doing that. So that one won't move.
Oh, interesting.
2 won't move. There are 3 there? Yeah, 3.
Yeah, there's only 3 there.
Oh, I think we're only moving from 8. And we'll be moving to 7 from there.
I think the 1 piece in 5 will move to clearing number 1 because 1 and 2 both have 0 enemy pieces, so it then goes by priority.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. And then I moved 2 from 8 to 7. And
it will
in
battle
this
there.
case, we do battle because it's escalated daylight. And that is a 3 to a 0. So the bird and the roost will be gone.
Yeah,
This
this
will gain a point.
stating.
Oh. All right, and then we'll go for to evening. We're going to be scoring 4 points. Wow. Oh, sorry, 3 points. Hey. There we go. All right. This time you discarded my order card, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. Thought you were going to try to gaslight me. And I didn't do it. All right. We would draw 1 for the Eyrie. It's a mouse. Still no foxes. Did you see that with the card?
Yeah.
Let's see. It's not going to be crafting. So it will recruit in a mouse clearing, 1 in a mouse clearing with the most enemy pieces with the roost. Do we
So I
have
think
a
it'll-
roost in a mouse clearing?
Yeah, there's 9 and 11. So I think it'll choose 9 because of the higher priority.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Unless, let me double check that tiebreaker. And lowest priority, actually.
Oh.
No, fewest area warriors, and then lowest priority, so it's 11.
Oh, it's fewest warriors, not pieces.
Yeah. For fewest area
fewest
warriors.
area warriors.
It's most. Yeah.
Okay. And then we will move from a matching clearing you rule with the most of your warriors to an adjacent clearing. So in this case, they have the same amount, and they both have available movement options. So what's the tiebreaker here?
The higher priority.
Yep. So it's going to move from 9, and it can move to 12 or 4. And the destination tie is fewest enemy pieces. So it will move there. It will leave 1 behind.
That gives me 1 support.
Right. And then it will battle in a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings there. No roost, most defenseless buildings. So that's going to be... Ooh.
I think it's going to be 11.
Yeah,
against.
because they both have a roost and this has defenseless buildings. So it will just
Yeah.
end up scoring a point.
And I gain another supporter.
And that's it for the mouse. So we'll go to the bird. Most enemy, fused Eyrie, lowest priority. So, where do we have roosts with no enemies? Or with the most enemies? I think that's actually going to be 9, right?
The most enemy pieces. Yeah, it looks like it.
So we're going to get 2 over here. And then we're going to move most of your warriors. That's going to be 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're going no roost, fused enemy pieces. So
it'll move to 2 because that's the only one without a roost.
Yep.
However, it's going to need to leave both warriors actually so it can rule.
Oh.
So it doesn't try to move there.
So then it will move from 9 or 3.
There is no tiebreaker, so it is the higher.
Okay, so it'll be moving from 3.
Yeah.
It will leave 2 warriors behind, and it will move to 7.
Yeah.
Yep, fuse enemy pieces. Cool. All right, so that's that. And battle. Matching clearing against the player with the most buildings. Oh, I didn't even realize if that card has the most, if that column has the most cards, it's supposed to deal an extra hit. I don't know if we've been.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye out for that. It hasn't
you have,
been
okay.
Yeah.
So matching clearing with the most buildings. That is going to be. Let's see. 6 and 4 are tied, I believe.
Neither of them has a roost, correct?
They do not, no.
All right, so I think it goes to just higher priority.
Yeah.
Because neither has defense to those buildings or token.
Right. So it's going to go to 4.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's going to be against the cats because they have the most pieces there.
Yeah.
And it's going to deal an extra hit automatically
Correct.
because of the rule that we just mentioned. So it is a 3 to a 2, so it's actually, well, 4 to 2, but it can't do 4 hits. So
it's really 2 to 1.
Yeah, it's really 1 to 1.
Plus the extra hit from the bird column.
That's not limited by the player pieces. Okay.
Yeah, just an additional hit.
So it will actually score a point for that then, in that case. And all these go away. Wow. You put that sympathy token in there and the clearing just emptied out.
Not quite what I expected.
So let's see if we're going to be able to build. Place a roost in the clearing you rule with the highest priority with no roost. So we will be able to put one in 7, I believe.
Doesn't rule.
Oh, he doesn't rule. Oh, is he going to go into turmoil again?
It's looking like it, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So it's going to lose another.
This is not a great
points.
game for the bird bot.
Yeah, so it loses 2 points, it discards the decree, and it goes into evening. And it will score 2 points. Yeah, the birds kind of, they're starting to spin in place a little bit.
Yeah, they don't usually do this. This is interesting. Because I've played maybe 5 games with the Electric Eyrie, and they're usually pretty good about not spinning in place like that.
Well, maybe they'll have better luck in the next one. All right, Woodland Alliance.
Yeah, let's see. I have no sympathy in clearings, so I cannot revolt. So the best I can do is spread sympathy. Let's see what I can do.
So the game, I don't know if it's just because we're on stream, but it does seem like it's a little bit of a longer game with the bots than a 4-player game with people would be.
I agree. I can run through a 4-player game in probably 90 minutes, and with the bots, it takes me a solid 2 hours.
Okay, yeah, that's been my experience. About 90 minutes for a 4-player game. So, and we're at an hour and 40 minutes right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we're about halfway.
We're probably 1 to 2 turns away from the game ending before we expect it to. Because I do find that happens with the bots. They sort of gain momentum.
That's true. I said halfway, but that's really not accurate. We're halfway on the victory point track, but they do, it does go up exponentially with the scoring. Or not exponentially, but it does accelerate.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I'm going to discard, whoa, 2 bird cards to spread sympathy into this mouse clearing.
2 points for that one?
1 point.
You're still in the 1 point, okay.
Yeah, this next one will be 2 points, which I will discard 2 foxes and an additional matching card for martial law in order to place over here.
That's 2 points?
Yep.
All right.
That is all of my supporters, so I will move on to daylight. I will not craft. I will see. I'll mobilize 1 card, and then I will train 1 card to get another officer.
Okay.
And then moving on to evening, I will. Let's see. I will move. I will organize him, turn him into sympathy, and gain 2 points. I will organize this guy over here to turn him into another 3 points.
Oof. It's a big turn for you.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Okay, that's 3 of my actions. So my 4th action will be to recruit at this fox base. And then that is my turn. And I will draw 3 cards.
This is a scary looking board if you're the cats and the birds. Right.
Bots know no fear. Come on.
All right, let's see what damage the Vagabond can do. So I figured something out with the rotating. I don't really know why this is, but if I rotate it before I flip it, it does the double rotation thing.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So it's fox. It's not craftable. I will not be slipping. And we're going to be exploring, battling, and doing the special action. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I still don't have that 9th. All right, so explore is the first thing we're going to do. Move to the nearest rune, exhausting 1 item per move. So where's the nearest one? It is at 11, looks like, or 10.
Yeah, 10 or 11, so what's the tiebreaker there? Just priority?
Probably priority, yeah, so it'll go to 10.
Yeah, looks like it.
Remove this guy.
Did you flip any items yet?
I have not.
Okay, I'll go ahead and exhaust them.
Thank you. So 2. And we will then battle. So nearest clearing with enemy pieces with the most victory points. So that's now you.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
We're already in a clearing with you, right? So do we just stay there?
Just stay there.
So, yeah, great. So, let's roll some dice. So
oh boy.
We got a 1-to-1, so you could take the higher one.
that higher one, that bigger one is mine.
Yep. All right, so I just damaged an item. We're gonna do it again, which is
yes, we are. This is very bad for me.
So you're defenseless, so you're gonna get an extra hit, and I do have to roll now because you have 2 pieces in there. Do you still get the bigger die?
I do, yeah. That is awesome for me.
That's really good. So the sympathy goes away. That's a point for the Vagabond, right?
Yep.
Oh,
I already gave it 1 for the warrior.
You did give it the warrior one, okay.
Yeah.
It's got 1 item left, so it's not going to battle again.
Ooh.
It will do its special action, which is exhaust the item to take the action on your character card. So that's what it's stealing from you. So it's going to gain a point, and you're going to lose a card.
All right, you want to randomly choose one again?
Oh, sure. We'll just do it the same way.
Okay, sounds good.
It's going to refresh 4 items.
And repair 1.
And repair 1. That's it. Discard the order card. Back to the cats. I lied. My pattern that I thought I discovered didn't hold with the rotation.
The mystery continues.
Yeah. Okay, so no crafting. It's a bunny card and battle in each ordered clearing. I think we're gonna have some battles this time. Are we? Maybe not.
Sure about that?
Nope. I was hopeful, but I didn't look at the map before stating that. All right, so no battles. Recruit 4 warriors evenly among ordered clearings you rule. So do we,
So it's
we
gonna
do
put,
rule just the 1?
Yeah, 4 of them into 5.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to go up there.
Build and clearing your rule with the most warriors. Okay, so we're going to just build a workshop up there.
Yeah, I'll give you one guess which clearing it is.
I don't know if I actually put it in the right spot because I can't see. Yeah, okay, it snapped to it.
Yeah, you got it. You're good.
And then we will move all but 3 warriors from each ordered clearing to adjacent clearings with the most enemy pieces. So we're going to move 4.
So I think technically we should resolve it in clearing priority order because that does matter when it comes to clearing 5 there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Isn't that
So
the
I
only
think
one, though?
Well, it's got 4 warriors up in clearing 1.
Yeah, but the ordered clearing was the bunny.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm being silly.
So
Grab your pitchfork.
did you get all your silliness out?
Yeah, I got it out. I got it out.
And it's moving to an adjacent place with the most enemy pieces, which is going to be 10.
Nope, still can't do that. It's a river.
Ah, man. Keep trying to do that. So where's it going to move?
You get your
Just to 1?
silliness out? Yeah, it goes to 1.
No comment. I'm not really sure. Okay. It did place a building, so it's still not going to expand. And it will score
0 points.
nothing. 0 points.
A whopping 0.
All right, and it's done. All right, Electric Eyrie, I'm starting to feel bad for you, so let's see if you have a better turn. Fox.
About time.
Still no crafting. Recruit warriors equal, so 1 in a matching fox clearing with a roost. Where do we have roosts in fox clearings? Probably nowhere, right?
Yeah, it's looking like nowhere. Yeah, it does not.
So it just doesn't recruit then, right?
Correct.
Okay. Not a great start. Do we rule any fox clearings? Probably not. Yeah, we do, actually.
Yeah, this is ruling.
So we will move from there to an adjacent clearing with no roost and then the fewest enemy pieces.
Except you won't because it still needs all.
Oh, it still
rule
needs
there.
all of them to control it, huh? Yep.
But it's going to fight now.
That's true. So battle in a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings. So there's the one option, and it will be against the cats. I'm sure you're broken up about not getting to
Oh,
participate.
yes. Yes, so many tears.
1-0. All right. That is helpful for the birds, though, because they will get to move next time they need to move from there.
Yeah. Which is going to happen now.
Right. So we will recruit.
Or maybe not.
What was that?
Or nothing. Keep going.
So most enemy pieces, fewest Eyrie warriors, lowest priority.
So I think that makes it clearing 11. Because it has 1 sympathy, which ties with 9, but it has fewer area warriors.
Yep. I concur. So we'll get 2 there. And then we'll move from a matching clearing with the most of your warriors to an adjacent clearing. So, actually now there's a tie for that.
Yeah. but it still goes to 6, I believe.
Yeah.
Higher priority.
And the destination ties no roost, fewest enemies, and priority. So it's gonna move 1.
Yeah,
Up
you're correct.
to 2.
Correct.
Yeah. And then battle in a matching clearing against the player with the most buildings there. So no roost, most defenseless buildings, and tokens of the same player. So I think so. 6 and 2 have no roosts. There's no defenseless buildings. Oh, actually, well, it's most defenseless buildings and tokens, right?
Of the same player.
So you have 1 in 6.
But I'm not the cats. See, it says battle in such a clearing
Oh,
with no
because
roost.
it's the most buildings, right?
It's the most buildings and tokens
Right.
of the same player. So I think in this case it goes
To 2.
Yeah, because it's a higher priority.
Yeah.
This is not working.
Yeah, and it'll battle the cats. So, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, I have not seen the Electric Eyrie stall out like this.
3 to 2. Okay, so just one piece for each.
2 actually, because it's the most birds, most column.
Oh,
I mean.
right. So 2 of the cats are gone. You got it. No points for that. And then build a roost. In a clearing you rule with the highest priority. Is it gonna?
It's going into turmoil again. Yeah.
Turmoil again, yeah. Wow.
That's what I was saying. Like, I've never seen it do this.
I wonder if we're doing something wrong. So we're gonna lose 2. Get rid of that. Well, it's your turn. I'm gonna just take a look at the rule book while
Yeah, go ahead.
Alliance goes.
Well, if we're going to change anything, it's relevant now because I'm about to revolt in the clearing with their roost in it.
So, what did we want to figure out? Is it the movement or?
Well, I think we're doing move fine because we're using Benjamin's corrected movement, and that one's fairly straightforward. If anything, I'd say the battle maybe we're doing wrong because it's sort of fiddly with the multiple tiebreakers. But I mean, I don't know that we're actually doing it wrong because we've been checking that all the time.
Yeah, so it's initiate a battle in a clearing whose suit matches this column's suit, and then the defender. So that to target the clearing. First, it's a clearing with no roost. Then it's a clearing with the most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player.
And that's what we've been doing.
Oh, so no, I think we have been doing it wrong. So first you do it. You figure out which clearing you go.
Mm-hmm.
Then you figure out the defender. So the clearing ties are no roosts, then the most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player. So it doesn't matter where the most buildings are.
Doesn't matter where the most buildings are.
Yeah, you just look among the clearings that you have no roost, which one has the most total defenseless buildings and tokens from
Of the same player.
Yeah. So 6 would have won the tie in this case because it had the most defenseless.
But it didn't have any defenses building the tokens of the same player. Well, I guess it had
because you're not choosing your target yet. You're just trying to figure out the clearing. So 6 and 2 tied, and if you look,
so it actually would have battled in 6. You're saying because
it would have battled in 6, but
it would have battled the
still would have
cats.
battled the cats because it had the most buildings.
Okay.
So we should put our cats and our birds back here.
Yep, I got the cats.
And we're still 3 to 2, right? It only had 1 in here for the birds.
Yes.
Okay. So now the same battle happened. It was a 3 to 2 roll. So it is going to kill all of the cats there, and the cats are going to kill 2 of the birds. So the birds aren't going to go into turmoil.
That helps at least.
So let's get the 2 points back that it just lost. Oh, it actually still will because there's still no building spots.
No, because doesn't it deal 3 hits?
Yeah. Oh, does that get rid
And
of...
I thought there was only 2 warriors in 1 building.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you're right. So the building's gone. So it will build a roost. So I don't know if we might have done that wrong in a previous one as well, but at least we know the rule now. I think that seems more right.
It does seem more right.
I don't know if that grammatically was correct, but it seems more right to me. So
I agree, both grammatically and. All right. Did you fix their points and everything?
So then it just got the 3 points for the roost points.
And did you remove the points it lost for turmoiling?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
So it gained 5 points just now.
Okay. So we're officially back to my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, cool. So for people watching, sorry about that. So basically the lesson was you figure out the clearing, regardless of who's going to end up being in the battle. You figure out the clearing based on the defenseless tokens if there's a tie, and then you determine who to battle in that clearing.
All right. I'm actually going to have a dud turn because I don't have many supporters. So I do nothing in Birdsong. In Daylight, I will craft a knapsack for 1 point.
All right. I've given you your point.
Thank you. I will go ahead and add a card to my supporters. I will move to evening. And then I'll recruit at my bunny base. I'll recruit there again.
Seems wise.
I will move into this clearing, and then I will turn that into a sympathy, which will get me 3 points. And that will be my turn.
Yes, it's interesting. I've only played as the Alliance once, and I think I didn't play them very well. I don't think I realized how powerful it is to use cards early on to get sympathy, but then later you get sympathy out on the board by removing warriors.
Yeah, 100%. That's
It's
how you
just
should
too
do
expensive. It's too expensive to spend cards to do it at that point.
it. Mm-hmm.
So that makes a lot of sense. All right, so we're at the Vagabond.
Yes, and if you don't mind, I'm going to run to the...
Go for it. I'll try to not make any mistakes while you're gone.
I'm confident in you. I believe in you. All right, I'll be back.
Yep. All right, so we've drawn a mouse card. It's not craftable, so we will also not slip. It was a mouse, so we will quest, aid, battle, and repair. So let's quest first. Questing is move to the nearest clearing matching the quest, and then exhaust 2 items. So we will move... We only have 1 option, so we will be moving to 2. Exhausting that, and then we're going to exhaust 2 more to actually complete the quest for a point. And we'll draw new quest. Let's see. Aid. Can we aid? Target the player in your clearing with any items and the least victory points. So, cats do not have items. The Eyrie does. And so do the Alliance, but the Alliance has more victory points. So, we will aid the Eyrie. And we will exhaust 1 item. We'll take that from them. Oh, that is our 9th item. Oops. Almost did that wrong. So that actually goes up there. And the Eyrie gets a point for us aiding them. Let's make sure we did everything we're supposed to do there. So we exhausted the one item. We took that item from them. We also score a victory point. And the reason that they scored a victory point was because they can't draw cards. So after questing, or after aiding, we will battle, but we can't because we don't have any unexhausted items. So we'll skip battling and repair. We do not have any unexhausted items, so we can't repair. And then we would move into the evening. So if you have any damaged items, refresh 4 undamaged items. We do. We're not in a forest, so we're just going to repair 1 item. And then we're going to discard the order card. And I'm just going to check 1 rule with Garrick when he gets back, which is this 9th item. I'm assuming that it's total items, not just gained in the satchel. So what I mean by that is I only have 7 items in the satchel. That would have been my 8th in the satchel. I think because it's the 9th total item, it still goes up there, but we'll just check that before we move on. So actually, I'm going to run real quick, grab a glass of water for myself, and I'll be right back.
All right, I am back.
Okay, I'm back. Garrick, are you back?
Yes, I am.
All right, so I did the Vagabond's turn. I did have
Okay.
1 rules question for you.
Sure.
It gained an item from aiding the Electric Eyrie.
Mhm.
It was the 9th item total that it was getting, but I wasn't sure
Yes.
if that 9th item was just counting items in the satchel or total, including the boot that's up here.
It is including the boot.
Okay, cool. So we did that right. So in that case, we will move on to the Mechanical Marquis. Okay, so it's a bunny. It can craft it, so it will.
There you go.
And we'll get a point. Battle in each ordered clearing. I think this is another uneventful. Yes, it does not have any place it can battle. Recruit among ordered clearings you rule. So I think it's still just the 1, all 4 in that 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh.
I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Build in the clearing you rule with the most Marquis warriors. So it's going to be that one. And it's going to be a workshop again. Oh, wait. Is there a spot there for it? I think it's just...
I believe so,
covered by-
right?
Cool. Thanks.
Yep.
Move all but 3 of your warriors from each ordered clearing to the adjacent clearing with the most enemy pieces. So it will move...
You're correct.
Yes. You know what I was looking at? The same river I still can't cross.
Yep. Alright, and that gives me a, which means I have to flip the deck and reshuffle it. All right.
Okay. It did place a building again, so we'll skip expansion and we will score 1 point. And that's it. All right, let's see if the Eyrie has a better turn now that we know the rules. So
It should help them. Yeah, sorry about that. I tried brushing up on all the rules, and apparently I've either been doing that wrong or it's never been an issue up until now.
It's all good. I did the same thing. I mean, I read through the rules. I thought I understood it, and that I think is a little bit of a confusing one. So, all right. So true, a mouse. It can craft it, but there's no satchel left, so it actually can't. I take that back. All right. So we're gonna start with the fox. We're gonna recruit in a fox clearing we control, which is this is the only one.
Yeah, looks like it.
So we'll just recruit one. There. We'll move to an adjacent clearing with no roosts in the fused enemy pieces. So I think that's going to be 2.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah. And it can actually move one up there and still maintain control. So, actually. Oh, well, I have to leave one here because of the card. But the roost would count for control as well, right?
It would, yes.
Okay.
Which is why it defaults to the 1 card.
Right.
For that exact reason.
And then battle in a match and clear against player with the most buildings there. If this column has a tie... if this column has the most cards, deal an extra. Okay, so... There's a tie for the buildings, but since you're the only one there, it's still going to battle you, right? Even though you don't have buildings.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to get rid of that. It's going to gain a point. You're going to get a card.
Yes, I am.
And now we're going to look at mouse clearings and recruit in a mouse clearing we control, which we don't control. Yes, we have one here with the
and number 11 over here.
Oh, okay. Yes. What's the tiebreaker on that one?
Most enemy pieces, then fused
again.
warriors.
So 9. Then we'll move from match and clearing with the most of your warriors. So there's a tie, so we're going to move from 9 because of priority.
I believe so.
And it's going to be no roosts, then fused enemy pieces. So that is going to be 4, I believe.
I believe so as well.
And we're going to be able to move three guys. Okay. Battle. In a match and clearing with most enemy pieces. No roost, then most defenseless buildings. So that's still a tie. And then lowest priority. So it's actually going to battle in 11, I believe.
Is it not going to battle in 2 because there's a building there?
So no. So this is where this is where you've determined the clearing first. So clearing is determined based on no roost, then most defenseless buildings and tokens. And then if there's still a tie, which there is, you then go to lowest priority.
Well, there's no roost in 2.
Oh.
Or 7.
You're right. I was ignoring the roost part. So it would be 7 then, I believe. Because there's no roosts in either 2 or 7.
Yeah, I agree.
They're tied for that, yeah, okay. And then you look at who has the most buildings.
Most pieces.
Or most pieces, in which case it would battle the cats.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a 2-2. So the bird's going to lose its one guy, and the cats are going to lose one. All right, and that covers us for the mouse. So now we're on to the bird cards. Clearing with the most enemy pieces. Fused Eyrie warriors.
So 9, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's still 9. It's going to move to a clearing with no roosts. then fewest enemy pieces, then lowest priority. So I think it's still moving to.
Well, I think 11 has the most warriors, doesn't it?
Oh, let's see. Yes. So no.
So I think it would just move to 12. Because that's the only one of the 3 it's connected to that does not.
That doesn't have a roost, yep. And it's going to leave 2 behind. I think things look a little bit better for the birds now.
A little bit better, yeah.
And now it's going to battle. So no roost, then most defenseless buildings and tokens of the same player. So it does not have a roost.
I think 4.
Here. But there's no defenseless or here. And it's going to tie for... Right, 2 and 4 tie for...
I believe so, yeah.
So then it's going to take the...
One defenseless token.
It says lowest priority, so yes, so then it would go to 4 for lowest priority. And then it would battle the Alliance.
Okay. No rolling necessary.
Oh, true. But I felt like it anyways. Did you give the Eyrie their point?
I did not yet. I was about to do that.
I just did it.
Okay.
All right, let's build a roost. Highest priority with no roosts that you control. So I think that's going to end up being 4.
I believe so. It looks like it. And they're going to score a whopping 4 points.
4 points, yeah.
4. Alrighty.
It looks like it's between you and the Eyrie at this point, I think.
That's what it's looking like. The cats had a couple bad turns there, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, the cats have been struggling with getting buildings, like the same type of building out.
Yeah.
So, speaking of between you and the birds, I think you're up.
Oh, you're right. I keep thinking it's the Vagabond.
I know. I sort of set the table up. I set the table up so everything I was controlling was on one side of the table.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I just am being a dullard. Let's see. So I think I have enough supporters now that I can, in fact, revolt. Let me just look through them. Yeah, I can revolt. So here is a mouse, and here is a bird. That is 2 mouse supporters, and we will here.
So that removes everything, right?
Yep.
All enemy
And I will
pieces.
gain. And I'm going to give myself the 1 point for the building right now. I actually have a couple mouse clearings. Place warriors there equal to the total number of matching. So I actually get 1, 2, 3 warriors, 4 warriors. Oh shit, that's never happened.
Wow. Or do you even have enough?
No, I don't. I have never seen that happen. All right. So that's my revolt. Now I will spread sympathy. See what I can do. I have 2 rabbits. So I'm going to go ahead and put those guys back into number 10 here.
Okay.
That's
And that gives you 2
2
points?
Yep. And
6 points.
I will use 3 fox cards, or rather 1 fox and 2 birds, to go into this fox clearing.
Oh, you're going to pull it off this turn, aren't you?
I might. That's
Was
3
that
points for
3
me.
points? Yeah.
Yeah. So I just need 3 more.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sure I can do that.
Yeah, I think you can. You've got a lot of officers there.
Daylight. Let's make this. Actually, you know what? I think. Yeah, because I've got a mouse sympathy for 2 points, and then I have 2 Fox Sympathy for an additional 2 points.
Sorry, walk through what you're doing now.
I'm going to craft both of these cards.
Oh, you're crafting them. Okay.
Yep. And that's going to give me 2 points and 2 points.
Cool. Nicely done. So
Thank you.
So you basically just invited us all to a tea party.
And then killed everyone.
And then killed everyone with that fancy new sword.
Yep. Isn't that how all tea parties go?
Yeah. Of course. At least in Root they do. So I tend to go with the iocane powder instead of the sword. But
Gotcha.
cool.
Well,
so
this is a violent uprising.
That was great. Obviously, I didn't play a player character, but it seemed very competitive. You obviously really know how to play the Alliance well because you were getting a lot of the sympathy tokens out.
I maybe should have chosen a different faction.
Have you played them a lot?
I've played them a lot, yeah. I played most of them.
So that was cool. It was cool for me because I don't think I've seen them played as well before. So that was cool to see that. Anyways, for anybody watching or watching after the fact, hopefully this was helpful to see how the solo game works, especially with, I've seen some videos out there with 1 or 2 of them, but we put out 3 bots, and hopefully it was cool to see how that works out. And I appreciate you watching. I appreciate Garrick. I appreciate you joining, helping me out here. And if you want to support the show and see more of this stuff, please go to patreon.com/meekinformant and join us as a patron. And looking forward to see you next time. Bye, everyone.